The other thing I would say is if you're having trouble and, like, no matter what, you're constantly just kind of comparing yourself, run a campaign where you don't do a single bit of world building. It is just make it up as you go along. It doesn't have to be a long campaign. It doesn't have to be a special epic. It just has to be a whole new world that you've done minimal planning for. You know, you do the map, and you kind of know what the enemy is going to be, or the villainous force, or something. So if it's gangsters, it's just gangsters. You know, maybe they have some kind of goal. Or maybe they don't. Maybe they're just gangsters, and they were just a problem, and they needed to be gone, and that's what the party was hired to do. And let yourself learn how to run a campaign without all of the fetters and trappings and limitations of a whole big world. Because I've talked about this an amount, but, you know, I've been trying to write for years now. And I find it's easiest for me to write shorter stories because there's less expectation for it to be good. There's no expectations. It's just whatever happens, happens, and then I'm done. And if it didn't turn out great, well, that's fine. I didn't invest like 1 billion hours. And so, lower your expectations if you can, and if you can't, lower your workload so you don't have to think about it as hard. And then if it turns out that people had an absolute blast with your one-off thing about the healing potion mafia, feel free to steal that idea. I'm probably going to use it myself.
The healing potion thing?
Yeah, like, I was trying to come up with a villainous force with...
You've come up with about 20 different campaign ideas.
I have binders full of them, and I can't wait to use all of these ideas.
Binders? You don't have any binders, unless you're referring to ones binders.
At home. If you wanna see obsessive, oh wait, hold up. If you wanna see somewhat obsessive, my Google Docs library is just nightmarish. It's filled with so many ideas, half-written stories, and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm stuck. I am so stuck. Oh, no, I've been able to wriggle my way out.
You just kind of bounce out after a certain point.
I wasn't even bouncing.
The other thing, and this is actually something that I'm doing strictly starting now-ish, is for the Wholesomeverse campaign, it's going to be West Marches, which does not have a strict story structure in the same way that...
It's more like a episodic... imagine the crew of the Enterprise, and every episode is a mini-adventure.
Except for the crew of the Enterprise has, like, a map of the local galaxy, and they can do anything in any order. So they know the Trilaxians on Gamma 5 are probably up to no good, and Kirk and Spock are just like, yeah, we're not feeling it. They're jerks. We're gonna go raid the love dens of Felusia 12, and you know,
You're
just kind of
making things up.
Yeah, I am. Because, like, who gives a dang? Why not? And so what I'm doing is, instead of writing this big intrigue campaign, creating a
Oh, I love the ammo buff, because
It's so nice. Especially because you get your arrows back occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
So you have, like, maybe a 25% chance to lose ammo. Let's see. But, so from a West Marches campaign, what I'm doing is I'm making a bunch of maps. So I've written down the, Mudfeather Marsh. And it might not actually get called that in the campaign itself, because I'm naming that, and I'm not telling anybody it's named that. And so the party can actually come up with their own name for it entirely instead. So if they want to call it, freaking Stankville if they want to. Like, they are welcome to, and I'm not going to stop them.
What
And so I'm just populating a map full of interesting locations. And I'm writing kind of the history for the area. So there will be... somebody described this. I think the person... It was either Matt Colville or it was somebody... the guy that originally came up with West Marches. He talked about writing 3-layered history. Where you write 3 layers of history. It doesn't have to be terribly interesting. You just have
so is it the, like, surface truth, the deeper truth, and then the super secret?
Sort of, except for they don't have to do anything with each other. So...
just three facts.
Yeah, so for example, The Hobbit is almost a decent example of this, where the dwarves wanted to go to the Lonely Mountain because that was their ancestral home. Did that have anything to do with Sauron? Not until Peter Jackson decided to jam that in on his own. But, you know, apart from the... Well, because the only connection between The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings...
Is the ring.
And the ring was just a MacGuffin that made Bilbo functional in The Hobbit, or more functional.
It just helped him sneak about Smaug.
Yeah. But it gave him an edge.
But you didn't actually see the 5 Armies movie, Wander.
No. But
I have it here on DVD.
I know you want to watch it, but you used up your movie allotment for the week. Wow.
Movie allotment.
I have a limited amount of time.
He can only watch so many movies.
And I'm gonna lose my mind if I have to watch another one instead of working on campaign stuff. Because I desperately need
it's nice to work
creative...
on your own things.
Yeah. And I need more creative outlets for myself, because those make me actual happy, whereas watching Anaconda yesterday was just like, this is just the trashiest movie that I never want to watch again.
That's why it's bad movie night.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Battle of the 5 Armies is also very long. Yep. And so, if you're having trouble coming up with a campaign setting that feels right, don't bother with the campaign setting. Just make a functional world. And let the worlds kind of grow around it naturally. I guess that's actually a decent follow-up point of do not overplan your story early.
Because it can get derailed.
Well, yeah, no campaign survives contact with their players. Unless it's Critical Role and they've, like, pre-planned everything out. Maybe. I don't actually know how it's handled, but I have a suspicion that a lot of the biggest campaigns that everybody knows about are at least somewhat pre-scripted, so everyone knows exactly kind of what's going to happen going into it. It's just the question of, you know, how does it happen and so on and so forth. Maybe they don't pre-plan their content, but you have to have probably some basic idea going into these things. Maybe? Maybe not. I don't know. Oh, am I finding yellow items? Holy...
Yeah, that might be the next step.
Epic! Yeah, it is. Well, time to sell all my purples.
Time to escape before I die.
Getting clobbered?
Yeah.
Okay, Matt actually has 20 different potential scenarios he thinks of. And they really do derail. He's just good at going with it. Okay.
I mean, it's always good to plan for... Well, to have... What do they call them?
Backup plans, contingency plans? Yeah.
Yeah, contingency.
I could do that, and I think in his case, you know, Critical Role
imagine
is his...
you have a boss battle and you have a... You can have the characters kill the boss, or, oh, you have someone that actually negotiates successfully. You know?
It's part of the reason why I habitually make all of my necromancers good for some reason. Just to see if anybody is willing to bother to go the extra mile. Or at least morally ambiguous. Vivi was a little pushing it, but honestly, most of it was just like, you made it too easy for her.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. I just realized I didn't actually bother to heal when I came back to base. Luckily, it's such a short trip, it's not a big deal. I love having our base so centrally located. I hated the last map and having to go forever just to get back to it. That was painful. That's impressive how much planning Matt specifically has. And that's part of the reason why I always feel like it's unfair for anybody to compare themselves or compare their campaigns to what he does. Because, like, Critical Role, I'm not going to say is peak D&D because not everybody's going to like that style. But in terms of production value, it is high-end. That's like comparing, you know, an amateur pickup league to the NFL. Or even the Olympics. I don't actually know. I think there's Olympic football. I'm pretty sure there is.
And the other thing, too, is that group had worked together before.
Yeah.
Even they decided to record.
And they are all professionals working together. So it's
well,
not
the thing
just
is,
him.
they're voice actors, so they know how to put on a character and a voice. They probably all had acting and improvisation.
Yep. Let's see. He does Critical Role as a full-time job. I thought his job as voice actor. With how big Critical Role is, I would not be surprised if voice acting is moving back in terms of priority for him. But I could be wrong.
At the same time,
yeah,
with the way that voice acting is, I don't really...
Because he's a A-lister, so there's a very real possibility that, like, voice acting might still be his main thing.
You can do a lot of voice acting in one session of recording. Yeah. Because depending on how many lines there are in a game or a movie or something, I would think that aside from having maybe 10, 20 different takes for a particular sentence or line, I don't really think it really takes up that much time.
I bet it could. If you're that big, you spend a lot of time doing business stuff, bonus takes, side work, main things. But I don't know.
He was a live action villain in this one. Oh, I think it was on Amazon Prime.
I gotta imagine
it was a Mythica. I think that was the series.
I gotta imagine at this point for him and like a number of these people, Felicia Day, Nathan Fillion, and so on and so forth, they're just playing. They barely do quote unquote work, and most of their work is just like, oh, this seems like a fun project to lend myself to, as opposed to like drudgery.
Yeah, and then too at this point, having something like Critical Role in and of itself it's its own IP, technically. Yeah. Like I think
so, like,
they even made a D&D source book for.
Well, they're making an animated show. They had a big Kickstarter. I think he has a book on the way, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. So.
But like, I would not be surprised if voice acting slowly gets phased out, because I think there's kind of a
he's gonna have to do voice acting for the show, though.
Absolutely. But
wait a minute, actually, that begs the question. They might have to get voice actors for other random characters.
Oh, absolutely.
So who is he gonna voice act anymore, unless they're just gonna have the narrator and then maybe a main villain or something that he likes?
But my general assumption is,
did you get everything on this island?
I think so.
Oh, well, there's one more. There's that one. Further.
Oh. Wait, where? What?
This way. Here, I'll run towards it. On the other side of the island, there's like a little island.
Oh, you mean Island?
Mm-hmm.
I was just looking for infection. Or infestation. There's also still a little bit of loot left on this island if you want to try and find it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we could. Ooh, look at that house. And there was a light on in one of the windows. Maybe that's where
Fun.
the Whisker? Yeah, Billy Whiskers.
I
We
think
need to
Billy
find...
Whiskers is actually in the next region.
Oh.
Yeah.
Also, there are no notes on this island. But there's a note
They're
on the next
usually only
island.
in islands with buildings in them. But yeah, I would not be surprised if Critical Role slowly becomes like a major IP and world and stuff.
Though it'll
and
always have close ties to Wizards of the Coast, probably.
yeah. Oh, absolutely. But like,
because they're still using tieflings and
this just feels like the
Goliaths and...
situation kind of like Leonardo DiCaprio, where big famous dude starts to direct his own movies instead. Who else did that?
Oh, there are
Jordan Peele?
tons.
I think Jordan Peele's been doing that a lot.
I mean, then you had people like Kevin Costner. I know it's a bad example, but with Waterworld, I think he directed, produced, and starred. So
Okay, so what I'm hearing is that Matt Mercer is Kevin Costner, but actually they're even kind of similarly featured. He's just the second attempt, the much more functional one. I don't actually know if you could call one more successful than the other.
Ah, whoa. Okay, I almost got nabbed by the water there.
The appeal going from comedy to horror is funky. It's not that funky. I like his stuff,
what
but
was the horror film?
It was the one where it was a bunch of people kind of becoming skinwalkers and luring people in.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah, they would like mind control people.
Was it Get Out?
Like, yeah, it was Get Out.
Oh, well, it was somewhat comical.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it? Everything I heard about Get Out made it sound horrifying.
I mean, it was. Let's see. But that's the one where man goes to visit his girlfriend's family, and they're all really creepy, and it turns out that they just lure people to their basement and mind control them.
Yep.
Yeah, that I've seen that then.
Yeah, I can easily see Critical Role slowly scaling into being something a little bit more than just a Twitch stream podcast series. Maybe that's just me. But I think the world is somewhat desperate for new and fresh IPs. And that seems like one that would be easy to capitalize on. What I want to see is more
with the way
graphic novels based on some of these campaigns. Like, I've been reading the Adventure Zone one, and it's legitimately really good. The actual podcast show is pretty great, but the graphic novel's, like, super good.
I think those are good ways to ooh, there's a schematic in here.
Recontextualize?
Well, so what I was going to say before I picked up the schematic and found this really creepy basement.
Yeah, I saw that. I was going to bring it up.
So what I was going to say is that when you're playing a campaign, people are obviously making rolls, they're discussing mechanics, oh, here's a note. But what I was going to say is that you don't really get the cinematic narrative flair from reading from listening to the podcast version of a campaign. Whereas by making it into an animated show or a comic or something, then you boil it down to just the story and the characters.
Yep.
And the actual narrative.
That's why I'm so obsessive about drawing everything myself, because it's like, yeah, I could just do this audio with, like, everybody's face cams. Or...
Well, also, then it makes it fun to watch. So this is a note from Sarah Howe. A mission. My curiosity has caused me trouble in my life, and is likely what led me here, to this strange place. But I've always been an observer by nature. I take notice in the world around me, struck by the way the world and what it Wait, and what is in it? Yeah, that's it. Always finds a way to thrive, even in the darkest of circumstances. It is what drew me to become a healer, to bring life into the world. Now, my saviors are changing, and I'm determined to find a way to nurse them back to life. So she's referring to the drakes. So what is upstairs? We have an abandoned kitchen, a foyer. That was the basement. We have a bathroom.
Let's see. Is there no fall damage in this game? Not to my knowledge.
Yeah, I've never taken damage from falling. Boarded up room. Ah, but there's a second story.
Yep. I was up there. I don't know if you can get into the attic. But if
it's
you
another
can,
kitchen. It would almost be like this was a
two-story apartment kind of deal.
apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of this doesn't make sense. Ooh, this is creepy. This is the light that I saw. There's a TV on. There's 2 TVs in this room, but one of them is on and there's just nothing but static on it. I wonder if I should gaze into it. There's gonna be a creature coming out of it. No, there isn't. But that is creepy. That's the first piece of technology I've actually seen functioning.
Yeah. It's odd. So much of this stuff is modern tech that is lost. I was kind of hoping this would be more of a Forgotten Anne situation where it's just a junk realm that attracts things, but not
And it's
quite.
not even as though history has transplanted itself here. It's... What else do we have here? We still have a lot of supplies. Supply trucks. We found the note. Ooh, the next island has 2 mandrakes on it. But the question is, do you want to build a path connecting this over, or do you want to dismantle all of this and then build a network that goes north and only
Probably
north?
dismantle, go north. We'll see. I'm not quite done on that island. Let's see. Let me take a look. Yeah, why don't we dismantle and go north? Well,
no, you still need all the supply truck stuff from this one, don't you?
yeah, why don't we actually keep going north from where we are?
Okay.
And then maybe for the 3 islands in the top left. Because crossing the big island with the field...
Yeah.
I think that's a field. Crossing that one with waypoints is going to be a pain. And so I think we'll just want to connect to that one.
Here's another chest. Do you want to get it, or do you want me to get it and potentially get another piece of clothing?
I don't know. Up to you.
Okay.
Okay. Heck yeah, discount.
I got crystals and I got stuff. Okay.
I think I'm going to start selling juice boxes.
Okay.
Because they're worth a fair bit, and I'm trying to get, I'm trying to get us more circuitry. Because if we can get good circuitry, we can replace all of our low-tier stuff with high-tier stuff, and start getting Tesla coils.
I thought that we had cleared this island of corruption. Why was there a red creature spawning? Interesting. There's more.
Nail gun.
There's a lot.
Oh.
Oh, I'm gonna need help. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
How bad?
Really
'cause I
bad.
can come... Okay.
Yeah, I don't know where all these creatures came from. But I have no ranged weapons left.
Did you... Okay.
Or ammunition, I should say.
Are you capped out on melee weapons, or do you have some space?
I might have some space. Oh, I have melee weapons, definitely.
Well, the main thing is I guess I cleared out one spot, so it shouldn't be too bad. Ugh.
Wait, did that water balloon kill it? Ha ha ha! Yes. Oh, hey, I found some quartz.
Nice.
Yeah, there were a lot of creatures. I don't know where they are now.
I smacked a bunch of them.
Oh, here's more.
There we go.
Wow, water balloons are super effective. Well, then again, I also have an epic level water balloon launcher. It's like
Yeah.
a water balloon crossbow.
The yellow items are pretty dang good.
Okay, so are we gonna head north?
Yeah.
Look at that.
I was just selling stuff, and so I'm gonna go back to selling stuff.
Yeah, maybe I should too.
Because my melee weapons were just, like, totally maxed out. It's also going to say, Polar Dude, you are a mod now. I've been meaning to do this for a while. But I'm lazy. What is... as a weird blur. Oh, I was just looking at my character as I was surfing. I just kind of have, like, a dead expression, but there's, like, a weird blur on my face.
My character looks like she's enjoying herself.
Okay, Pete's Battle, cross stick. We should probably sell all of our epic weapons.
Wait, what? Oh, what? You want
Or
to sell
not our
our
epic.
gold weapons?
Sell our purple weapons.
Ah,
Because
okay.
we've been collecting them, and now we don't want to have them anymore. Hockey stick, sports bow, balloon launcher, lacrosse stick. I guess there's not actually that many that we'd stored. Maybe I'd sold a bunch earlier.
Oh, that's interesting. The shortcut buttons aren't working.
Oh, because I think it's full. We need to pull things out of the... Oh, I guess I should do that, seeing as I'm going to go sell things.
Yeah.
Okay. We have a
I'll sell all my weapons that I don't need.
Yeah. I'm going to sell a lot of things that I know we can get more of. We should probably also spend... Chelle?
Yeah?
We should also make a bunch of Aether Wards.
Yeah, definitely.
And I know earlier I was kind of dismissive of dowsing rods, but we can make those too. Let's see. You should make arrows.
Which key is that again? Because it's not tab.
C. It's C.
C. No, that's for anything but,
Whoop.
you know?
Sorry, my inventory is apparently really full now.
Because
It's C and then tab.
Ah, there we go. I always get confused by that. They really just need to have a... Yeah, because to go from building to this...
Chelle, do you need any Aether Wards, by the way?
Why?
Because there's a lot on the... Oh, wait, no. I'll be fine.
I just made a bunch.
I just made a bunch, too.
Glowstone. Oh, I see. We can make them with shards.
Yep.
Oh, there we go. Arrows.
If only there was a selling bonus buff as well. Okay. There we go. Time to buy
I
out
need
all
more
of the
charms.
circuitry.
Definitely need more charms if I'm to craft stuff.
Here we go. Don't look at my shame.
What's your shame?
I made a bunch of things while my inventory was almost full, and now there's just like a 500 million Aether wards. Well, there was. Just clustered around the depot.
Uh-oh.
Eh. Oh, and this is all taking up inventory space. Hey, Chelle, we should start using and abusing excessive amounts of,
Items.
yeah, dowsing rods and the crystals. Like, we might want to straight up stop using waypoints for a little bit.
I need a better
they're
bow. Do we have a
they're
better
too
bow?
cost efficient. I haven't found a yellow bow yet.
Because I'm still using a blue bow, which is a problem, but it still does a good job.
Yeah. I've got a gold blunderbuss, but that doesn't help you.
Nope.
Because it's mine.
Yep, I just have a yellow balloon launcher and a pool cue. Pool cue. Okay. Yeah, I can put the berries away and the juice boxes and the seeds.
Okay, I think the pool cue is garbage. Frat paddle, though. Now that's the ticket. What happened to the big paddle? Durability got it. That said, I have another paddle.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Nope. There we go.
Okay. Well, at this point, I think I'm ready to head out to the next island. Is there anything that we need here? Oh, they need food desperately. Here, I'll have to go back to my inventory to get the stuff. Are you okay?
Yep. Just
What are you dealing
shifting.
with right now?
I'm a little uncomfortable today.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's the Indian food or what.
Needless to say, we probably shouldn't get Indian food again for a while.
Yeah,
Because we enjoy curry, but...
Well, I'll hold off on birthday sushi until Sunday. It's like, we could get it on Thursday, but...
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to be able to enjoy it.
Let's see if we can upgrade Hoosling a little bit. Give crystals. We still need to find shards, because at this point we have a couple of higher level quartz, but we need low level quartz in order to... Because he's still an infant. Everyone else has been boosted to an extent.
Okay. Well, we've got a raid in a second, so hopefully that'll get us some more.
Should we get Piper a little bit closer to retirement?
Sure. But again, raid in like 4 seconds, so...
Oh, okay. I'll be out.
You're on your own.